Hey guys. Hi, how are you? I'm sorry, I know I'm a bit late. Um, Also, by the way, if you noticed, the super chat may not be available because I had to update some details for my absence account. I'm gonna wait for more of you guys to join. Ah, I feel like my lashes are. Anyways, today's video, we're gonna talk about how the menstrual cycle is divine, simply because I was meant to go on live tonight, right? And well, I'm on live now, but I was like, "Ugh, I don't think I'm in the mood to go on live." But then I was like, you know what? Let me utilize this time to educate on the menstrual cycle. Thumbs up this live if you can see the video, if you can hear me. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Let me back up a bit. Okay, that's better. I'm gonna wait for more people to join because I know I'm a bit late. Before I get into it, I'll give it about a few seconds, and then if I don't see any comments, I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, I'm just gonna start anyways. So I on my cycle as well, and I made the video yesterday about the full moon. So this video is kind of piggybacking off of that. And during the full moon, you will feel more creative, more energy when you're on your cycle, but I'm gonna get into that later. So women's menstrual cycle is very spiritual. We are connected to the moon. So our cycle matches with the moon cycle. Our cycle is around 28 days, same as the moon cycle. Okay. So when the moon is waning, that's when you're going to be more introspective. You're not going to have much energy. So think about when you see the new moon. You can't see the moon. There's not much light. So that represents us too. So we are connected to the moon. So basically what I'm trying to say with this live is once you learn how to sync with this energy, it can really help with your healing. You can heal yourself through syncing with the moon. It can help with wisdom and it can help with your power as well. Okay, so the thing is, okay, so back to waning about your moon before I get into that. So when you're waning, you don't have much energy. So I know when I'm waning, I'm really tired. I don't really want to go out. I don't really want to make a video. I don't really want to do much, to be honest. So, but when it's a full moon, think about it. The moon is like pungent. The moon is full. So you're going to feel that intense energy. And especially when you're on your cycle. So when you're having your menstrual cycle during the full moon, you're going to be more creative and you're going to be your energy is going to be more uh directed towards people rather than yourself. So basically in ancient times, what they would do is they would get women that were on their period during the full moon to be healers, and then they would get them to predict things that would happen in town. Like these women were very, very sacred. So now I feel like I just don't like that people look at periods as just reproduction and just like the womb as like a baby making machine when it is a tool, like a daily tool, a monthly tool that you can use on yourself to help towards your guidance and to help towards just healing as well. I know with me, before I got this book, is my top, I'm scared about my top. Before I got this book, I wasn't really connected to my womb energy. I just saw periods as plain, okay, baby making machine, same thing. I didn't really know about the connection with the womb, with the moon, and just the sacred healing that can come with connecting to your womb. So I have like, it's getting better, but I used to have really painful periods. And when I started doing the meditations in this book, when I started connecting to my womb energy, my sacred space, it definitely started to get better as well. Okay. So I will say a lot of the times when you have a lot of like fibroids, Adrian I can never say that word. Sorry, Andriomotus, whatever it is called. Sorry, I can't pronounce that word. It's caused from a blockage of emotions. So it's calling for you to release. Okay. So basically, when women are like moody and emotional during their periods, it's because of all the emotion that you've been collecting throughout the month, all the emotions that you've been collecting through other people, through other people. Okay, so that's when you're on your period, when you're on your period or menstrual cycle, I should say, it's best to be alone. It's best to be alone because there's so much energy that you're releasing. And you're so sensitive to energies too. You're so sensitive to energies because you're just so open. Okay. Okay. So, like right now, I'm syncing with the moon cycle's energy because the full moon just passed and like started my cycle yesterday. So I have energy, right? And I'm actually more creative. So this is what you're gonna find. So when you're a bleeding red moon bleeder, well, technically I'm not a red moon bleeder. I'm actually a pink moon bleeder because the red moon passed. So pink moon is when you bleed on the waning moon, and then when you bleed on the waxing moon and then you ovulate on a waning moon. And then red moon is when you bleed on a full moon and then you ovulate on the new moon. Okay, so what I was saying is you're going to be more creative when you're bleeding around the new moon. Even when you're a pink moon, you're going to be more creative. So I had loads of ideas rushing through my mind. And when you don't, the thing is, why this helps is when you're not in sync with this energy, you're going to have a lot of anxiety. So a lot of women suffer from a lot of anxiety because they're not creating, they're not in sync. Oh, hi, Sono Makeup. Hi, how are you? I got horrible headaches right before. Girl, me too. I had headaches. I wasn't really feeling up for it. And it's not because of my period, but it's just the full moon, like the tension. It was like, should I? But look, I just have to keep going. Oh, what did I do now? I just leave like that. You just have to keep going, right? We're trying to hustle, we're trying to grind. Where was I? But okay, so you're going to experience. Hi guys. Oh, thank you. You are going to experience a lot of anxiety if you don't release this. And I believe that we're meant to create. And if you're not creating, you have to ask yourself, like, where is this energy going? And it's going to create a blockage within yourself, which can, like I said, can create things like fibroids. And then back to my periods as well. My periods are even not as heavy because I used to have really heavy periods. It's still heavy, don't get me wrong, but it's not as heavy as what it used to be. Ever since I started syncing with the moon, less painful as well. I remember posting on my social media actually before. If anyone's watching, that's all that time when I posted like a year ago. Another thing too that's going to help if you're watching this and if you suffer from painful, heavy periods, try eat lighter before your period is coming. Right now, anyways, for me, I'm eating vegan just for like my intuition and frequency reasons. But I also noticed that my period isn't as painful. It's not as painful ever since I've been eating lighter. And in this book actually says, that's where I learned it from, like from the book. But I kind of intuitively always knew that, like, because I'm quite in tune with my body. So when I would eat really heavy food, processed meals, meat, my periods would be carbs as well, starchy food. My periods would be really heavy. And then when I'd be like eating healthier on my gym thing, eating more light, my greens, my vegetables, drinking my water, eating clean, my periods would be less heavy and way lighter and easier to manage with. So yeah, just have that in mind if you do suffer with heavy periods, because I understand how it is. I understand. Okay, my next point. Mm-mm-mm. So comment down below if you are a red moon cycle or a white cycle. You know, pink cycle, right? So I'm going through that right now, and that is symbolizing transformation and growth. And I just think like, whoa, like that's literally what I'm going through right now. Even with my content, I'm kind of like diving more into spirituality, exiting out of that envy. Like I'm still going to talk about it because it's life, and we all face it. But I want to broaden my horizons, and I like this stuff too. So a lot of transformation, a lot of change. So don't like, I do want you to be careful, mindful of like how you think of your period, and don't be like, of ew, like I hate it, I wish she was gone. Because she's really there to protect you. Like, thank goodness we have her to release all those energies, especially if you're sexually active, or even if you have a partner, like even if you're not sexually active and you have a partner. Because, well, not to get too spiritual, you can like, it can interfere with your thoughts. Their thoughts can interfere with your thoughts. Okay. And when you're on your period, it releases that and it cleanses that. Okay. What was I gonna say? Next point. Yeah, so back to the deep healing and cleansing. Yeah, so I've been just during this period of time, guys, I've been crying a lot. So girls, I'm really emotional. It's just because you're releasing, like you're think of like all the things that your body has stored throughout the month. And let's say your stress, work, all those situations. So you're gonna release a lot. And I was on the phone to my friend, and then we had this discussion, and then I was crying on the phone. And I swear, even after I cried, my cramps were even completely gone. Completely gone. I don't know. Has that ever happened to you where you release, you cry, and then your cramps are completely gone? And I feel like that literally just shows how connected we are. Another main reason why we release so many emotions during our menstrual cycle is because it's the subconscious mind. So everything that we didn't realize, that we didn't see, that was in the subconscious is now being released. You're PMSing? Yeah. So everything on the subconscious mind is being released. So you're gonna be very reflective. That's why we're very moody, because we're thinking about things that we probably didn't have time to think about prior. And also you're gonna see things more. You're gonna see things way more clearly. Fun fact, when a woman's on her period, the left hemisphere and right hemisphere side of the brain are connected at the same time. So your psychic abilities are gonna be through the roof. Your psychic abilities are gonna be through the roof. And I actually found this out this point I'm about to say now from a Share 7 spiritual channel. A woman's pineal gland is larger than a male's. I did not know that. I did not know a woman's pineal gland is larger than a man's. So imagine when we're on our periods. They think we're crazy, but maybe we're just seeing into the spiritual realm. We're just seeing what they don't see. Well, clearly. No tea, no shade. So work with this energy, like release. Like if you're crying, it's okay. Don't let them shame you. Like this is what we're meant to do. Just like the moon has its cycles, it waxes, it wanes, it waxes, it wanes. That's what we're meant to do as well. There's no shame about it. It's just a lot of letting go. Think of it like that. And how cool is it that our bodies are clearly like we're like a new person like every month. I think that's cool. Okay, next point. So yeah, embrace quiet time and restoration energy, especially with waning moon. Oh, okay. The next point I had is port. Oh no, oops, I skipped a point. I skipped a point by accident. Okay, you didn't hear that. The next point is getting downloads and meditation. But I guess I could start with portals. Okay, so yeah, the womb space is not just a baby making machine, guys. It's a portal. It's a portal. It's multi-dimensional. Think of like the past, the future, the present. That's ancestral like history in there. Like think of all the DNA that's in there. Think of how much DNA, the ancestral DNA that you store in your womb alone. Yeah. Yeah, we create babies. Like from think about that. We are the portal from the spiritual realm into the physical realm. So, we are connected to the universe. So we can use it. So it communicates through us and we can communicate to our womb, to the universe through our womb. Also, so that links me back into the getting downloads and the meditations. So when you're on your period, because the left hemisphere, the right side of the brain are connected, and the subconscious mind is just more active, you're going to get more downloads. My brain has been so active, like I can barely even talk. I can barely even talk during this live, guys, because my brain is just like, like I'm telling you, I had to go on live. If not, I would have been anxious. I would have been like awake all night. And the downloads, I've just been so creative as well. The video ideas I've been doing, I've just been jotting them down, writing them. And okay, so what I want to say is when you're reflective and you get those random thoughts during your period of like maybe that ex or that childhood friend, whatever it is, okay, it could be a download. Like it could be maybe they're thinking about you or you're gonna see them soon. That happened to me. Like when I'm on my period, I will think about someone and then I will see them. Or like something will happen. Like I will have like psychic ability. My psychic abilities are like stronger. And another thing is be careful of what you say when you're on your period because it can happen. It will like it more than likely anyways. So also be careful of like just how you're acting in general because moon, like I said in my last video, my last live, moon equals mind. So lunar take, a lot of people act a bit crazy when they're on their period, when they're just full moons in crazy. So have that in mind if you feel like you're moving a bit out of whack during the full moon while you're on your period. Try and transmute that into creativity. That's what I do when I feel like I'm a bit crazy. When I feel like I'm a bit crazy during my period. I literally did my makeup as well. Like I just felt more creative. Like I put on my earrings, I put on like more color. That's how you will feel when you are on your period around the full moon energy. Back in the days, ancient times, they would make women that would bleed on the full moon priestesses. So you would be a priestess. And guys, you can switch up as well. Like you can bleed on the new moon. You can bleed on the full moon. Sometimes I bleed on the new moon, but currently I've been bleeding around the full moon or on the full moon. Honestly, it depends. Especially because when I do content, it can switch up with what I'm talking about. Let me read the comments. I hate how these lashes are making my eyes like straight. You're PMSing right now. You're releasing a lot of emotions. Anything that's coming to the surface. This is why, guys, I tell you to journal. This is why it's important to journal, and it's going to enhance your intuition. Before I came on live, I pulled a card, and I got the High Priestess again. And if my friend is watching this, guy, I've it's like we're like whoa, because I keep pulling out the High Priestess, and every time I'm on my period as well, like I always pull out the High Priestess, and the High Priestess represents intuition, and I always think about the moon when I think about the High Priestess, and that was just very goddess energy. So guys, just think about how divine women are, like how we are connected to the universe. We are even connected to the seasons. Okay, I can imagine how many mood swings y'all go through. Oh, hey, either way. It's definitely the ultimate source of creating life. Yeah, so that's a point I'm going to get into as well. How, because it's the source of creating life, ladies, you can use it to manifest. You can use it to create. Me and my friend were talking about this today. Well, I was talking about how I do womb meditations. And then she was like, oh, she does womb manifestations as well. So we were just like going back and forth and having a conversation about that. So yes, you can manifest through your womb. I'll go into that later. If I forget, just remind me. I have a lot in my brain and I feel the same. I have a lot of thoughts in my brain and feel the same at times. Try and journal. You need to release it. You need to let it out if you have a lot of thoughts in your brain, because it's going to get stored in your room and you have painful periods, fibroids as well, cysts. That's what it can show up as. I'm not saying it's the 100% the cause of it, but usually that's what it shows up as. Like, come on, there's a reason as well that a lot of women are developing these um issues issues in the womb, because we're just deep in the patriarchy, and they're really trying to disconnect women from their source and the divine. And as well, like, because women aren't even connected to the moon anyways, a lot of women are working 9 to 5s. So where would they even have the time to be in sync with their womb? And a lot of us are feeling like taught to feel shamed to be on our periods. Like, it's definitely not like taught to be a divine thing. It's like, that's disgusting, don't talk about that, but it's source. You get messages while you're on your period. Even when you're not on your period, guys, you still get messages from your womb, from the divine source. Can you explain how to transmute energy? If someone wishes evil on you, do you just affirm that every time they wish evil on you, that you make more money or that more good things happen to you? You know, when someone wishes evil on me, first of all, I don't accept it. Like, I just don't believe it. I always say that I'm protected across all realms. Like, I literally say that um like all the time. Like, I always say, like, I'm so protected across all realms. And I always say, like, whatever comes to me, my ancestors and my power is so divine that it's just gonna bounce back and hit them, even worse. Or that's what I used to say. Or what I say now is, see what what they send my way. I just use it towards my divinity. Okay, I use it towards my power, because nothing can affect me. Your evil cannot affect me because I'm stronger than that. It will come my way, and I will always spot it. I will always spot it and I'll always transmute it into power. That's what I do. You have to transmute it into power. You have to say that their evil makes you stronger. And also, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You should have this in like your daily journal point. Like, you should have this as a daily affirmation. Like, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Guys, it's to the point now that when people send me evil eye, I laugh. I laugh because I just know that there's a shield around me. And also, visualization is going to help you as well. visualizing an armor around you, you being protected. When people send you old evil eye, or they say it to you, you have to realize everything, all is mind. Like they're trying to make you scattered from anxiety. If you don't accept it, how's it evil eye? I always get clarity around my cycle about so many things. Yes, because we're connected to the divine. When you get those thoughts, you have to write them down because they're messages. Guys, oh my God, another thing is you're going to get a lot of dreams around this time. Yesterday, I had an amazing, amazing dream, and it's because usually I'm not the biggest dreamer. That's not really where my gift is. But so I had a really vivid dream, and I was like, oh my God, that's how I knew my period was here. And the dream was a message because I woke up at 3 a.m., went back to sleep, and then I woke up at 5 a.m. Yeah, it was a message as well, that what I saw in the dream too. So you're going to have more dreams, and you're going to be connected more to the astral realm as well. Mm. Yes, brain dump. Okay, thank you. No problem. Mm. And also, the best thing you can do is raise your frequency. I forgot to say, Justine. I would, I would raise. If your frequency is high, then you have nothing to really worry about. They say get out of your feelings and get in your bag, but I realize my bag is my feelings. I swear. My bag is my feeling. My bag is my feelings. What else was the next point that I had? Okay, so basically, I want you to look at your period as a spiritual tool because it is. It's a spiritual tool. Like, it helps so much with your wisdom as well, and just your intuition in general. And healing. I feel like I really want to just focus on the healing part because so many women have painful, painful periods and long periods. And if only they knew that if they just got in sync with their periods, that, they could potentially have less pain and suffer less. Okay. You guys can ask me questions. You guys can ask me questions. Oh, wait. So, yeah, use that as a tool for personal growth. Mhm. You can also use ovulation when you're ovulating. You can use that to manifest as well. That energy, and you're just filled with so much abundance. So it's a powerful time to manifest. Set intentions, start things. Okay. High vibrational food only. The Sheik, are you vegan or plant-based? I'm plant-based right now. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard because I'm always on and off vegan. And thing is, so when I was younger, I started being like vegetarian because of the animals, and that's why I was saying, like, I feel like my pineal gland has always kind of been open ever since I was young. So the animals, and then I always just thought it was kind of like, I don't know, my spirit just never sat with it. But then I'm like from an African household, so my parents were like, "What do you mean?" So I just kept eating like meat. And then when I moved into my own place, went fully vegan, and then it actually was really well. But then I went back to eating meat. And I noticed when I was fully vegan, my vibration was so high. Like I was filled with so much abundance. I kind of like, well, my frequency was so high. I was making so much money as well around the time. So because I was just on that frequency, I was on that frequency. And then ever since I started, stopped eating meat again, I've slowly been getting back on that frequency too. I'm like, oh my god, if you can hear my belly, I'm sorry. And my downloads have been way stronger. When I eat meat, my download is not as strong, and my spiritual gifts are not as strong. Like, that is just the plain truth. That's just the plain truth. And there was a time, okay, I was going to cheat and I was going to get chicken again and cook it. And I bought chicken, raw chicken, and I just couldn't cook it. Like, I just couldn't eat it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. So I just like threw it away. And I don't know how long I'm gonna be vegan for. I don't know how long, but until I feel, I don't know. It's just right now, I feel like this is the best for me. And it really helps with content and posting. Like, as you guys can see, I've been more consistent. I've been more consistent. I've been just having more energy. The ideas are flowing in. I have more energy to actually like get up, film, not be sluggish. Like, the more water you have in your food, the better. And as we know, before in the last live, I talked about how I showed the water manifestation technique. So if you missed that, you can, you know, check the last live. I don't want to show you my water now because I have my manifestation written on it. But water holds consciousness. So that's why we do that technique. And that's why it's so powerful. And then when you drink it, you're, drinking into consciousness. So think about food as well. It holds consciousness. So the more food you eat with water, the better it is for you. And we're made up of 70% of water. So okay, how do you feel about astral projection? I think it's pretty cool. I've never astral well not that I know of, but I feel like I've been in the astral, but I've never like lifted up or anything like that. Like, I had a dream where I was like in space or something, and I feel like people would be like, "Oh, maybe that's in the astrals." Like, interesting dreams like that, you know. But I'm not like lifting myself up. I've tried, but like I don't know if I don't know. I don't know. I think I just sleep, and then I think I sometimes I end up in the astrals. But I've heard of people astral projecting. Oh, what I will say is actually when you're on your period, guys, you can astral project with your friends. So if you, this is why they used to burn us back in the days. This is why they used to burn us back in the days because we're connected to the divine. We're connected to source. We're magical beings. Women are magical beings. So that's why we sync. That's why we sync, guys. When you're with your friends, I'm like syncing with my friends right now. When you're close to a woman for a long time, you end up syncing. So when women would be close to each other, they would actually be able to astral project. How cool is that? So when they would say like women are flying, back in the days when she's flying, it's because they're astral projecting. Like, they astral traveled from here to this person to this place to this place. Yes, I prefer it, but I eat poke, salmon. When I get takeout, it's plant-based, or when I cook, only vegan. Oh, what's the why just salmon? Is that for like protein options? Because I'm not going to lie, I think that was actually why I went back to eating meat. How can I forget that? Like, because I have low iron. But not anymore because I've been being strict eating my I'm just remembering to eat my spinach, kale, greeny leaves. So yeah, no excuse. But I love that. I also as well, you're going to get less sick, and the earth is always raising in vibration. So I wanna align with the earth. And that's why, think about it. Think about why they're promoting loads of vegan products. Do you just think they're promoting vegan products just to promote that? They're really pushing the vegan thing. And then nowadays, it's like, is it even safe to eat meat? Because what are they feeding these animals? And when you're a high vibrational person, because remember, guys, remember I started my meditation. I do meditation every day, and I do it twice a day now. When you're just on that frequency, you can't eat meat. I can't. It doesn't taste the same. I try. It doesn't taste the same anymore. It's like I can taste what they've been through. And guys, I've tried the halal meat. I tried it. It's the same thing. Well, not really the same thing. I will say when you eat halal meat, it's a difference. You can taste the difference. Like it's not a low vibe, but it's still like with me, it doesn't sit with me well. Like at this point, like I not to get technical, but yeah, I'll be on the toilet. Do you know what I mean? Hey girl, every time my hand itches, I always get money. What could this mean? Um, do you know what? I feel like beliefs are a very strong thing. The first laws of the universe is law of mentalism. So, sometimes superstitions are just beliefs. So if you believe that every time your hand itches, you get money, then that's what's going to be in your reality. So it's just a ritual that you made up yourself, if that makes sense. The process of even preparing chicken is tiresome. Yeah, it is. And like I don't like touching the meat and then, I don't, yeah. I just hate the look of raw meat. I'm the type of person when I'm at the restaurant, when I'm taking myself out to eat because I do solo dates. Oh yeah, guys, I should show you like I have a video of me taking myself out to a solo date. So I should post pictures of that and post some shorts about them. But yeah, so I took myself out to eat and it was tricky not to eat the chicken. Not to order chicken when you go out. It's tricky because it's actually done. You don't have to cook it. But when it's at home, it's like, ugh, you know what? I can avoid that because it is raw. Mhm. And I feel like sometimes we lean on um we just lean on chicken to I mean the yeah, chicken and meat and stuff to make ourselves feel full. But there's other ways you can make yourself feel full. Like there's other proteins. I've been eating those chickpeas. I've been eating those chickpeas and beans, like beans in general. I love beans. Oh, and guys, like you can have what's it called? Quinoa, bulgur wheat as well. That's a great alternative for rice. Can you recommend books about understanding astrology? Yeah, I'm trying to be careful with this top. Why is that there? Yeah, astrological insights into personality. This book is gonna do you good. Like this book is amazing. This book is really really good. I don't know if it's because I'm not gonna lie, I've been studying astrology for a while, and then I was like, let me buy a book on astrology. So then I got this book because it was recommended, and I got it, and it goes into so much detail. Do you know one of these days we should do a live, like an astrology live? Okay, guys, who wants me to pick a sign? It also goes into the transits as well. Wait, does it? Let me see. Let me make sure. No, aspects, aspects. Look, let me show you an example. Look how it breaks it down. Venus, aspect Saturn. That's aspects, and then it goes into the modalities, elements, polarities, earth signs. No problem. Okay, I'm gonna go quickly. Gemini. Gemini people are born into the most personal of the air signs. They wonder where they fit in the scheme of things. They have lots of me, I, and my in their consciousness, and their life experiences requires the incorporation of self into a larger universe. Geminis are raised into in a father dominated atmosphere. Communication between the parents is difficult for these children to understand because disagreements between the parents are solved with words and not with deeds. Since young children don't understand what words mean, they are uncertain as to what this fuss is all about. But they do not know something is important, is going on because the parents are upset by these strange words. Basically, it really goes into detail. Like it goes into detail. Like it's not like a pop astrology. It's not pop astrology. Oh, yes, Chandra, it really goes into detail. Like it will tell you about like your parents. It will tell you your whole life. It's like a therapy session sometimes, like with astrology. That's why I said in my rock bottom video, guys, if you need some clarity, astrology is one of the best ways to know thyself. And you know, I preach about knowing thyself, law 8. Know thyself. Also, another way to know yourself is numerology, and that's something I'm really studying recently. And it's because I saw this video, and he said like God is basically like mathematics. Like everything is down to maths, everything is down to science. And I've been watching the psychology of like numbers and just reading about it. And I have so much to give back to you guys once I'm done. Oh my god, yes, I sleep beside a friend for a month and our cycle sync. You see, we're connected. We are magical beings, and we can really use this energy to utilize to our benefit. But most importantly, like the downloads and the messages that you'll get during this time. I stopped having a period. I had fibroid surgery before. Oh no. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that. But do you know what? You can still connect with your womb even though you don't have periods anymore. You can still connect with your womb. So all of this still applies. I love chickpeas. Eating some right now. What are the chances of that? What are you eating it with? Do you know what I like to eat my chickpeas with? But I had to stop. Guys, I had to stop because I was starting to gain weight, and you already know I'm on a cut, right? And I was making basmati rice with coconut milk curry, chickpea curry. Don't worry, it was like tasty, amazing. But I kept relying on it because this is when I just first began being vegan. Guys, when I'm on my period, I can't really talk. Like I can't really talk like because first of all, I have like ADHD. And then with the whole brain situation, I get so many downloads and my brain just moves so fast. So if I'm like stuttering, like please ignore that. Anyways, yeah, so yeah, I was relying on that because I just needed that to make me full and it reminded me of like curry. I had put like mushrooms in it to fake chicken. But then I was like, okay, no, because I'm trying to cut and like it's too much. So I stopped eating chickpeas altogether for now. So eat some for me, please. Lentil soup is amazing. I've never tried lentil soup. I've never tried lentil soup. Let me take it down. Mm, 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 mm. Do you know? I feel like men know how powerful we would be if women just understood our own power of how we are connected to source and how we are connected to divine. Because I also just back to like the meditating and the manifesting. That's really important. I feel like that's something that you have to be doing because it's your birthright. Once I started meditating with my womb, and yeah, well, let's start with that. Once I started meditating with my womb, there's this level of like calmness that I have over me. And even if I feel like crashing out, okay, guys, I only crashed out once this month. My level of crash out, because I'm a pretty calm person, my level of crash out is just I'm just overthinking and I'm calling my friends. I'm like, oh my God, what should I do? Oh my God, should I change this direction of my page or should I da 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 da? And my friends are like, calm down. So that's my level of crash out. Because usually I'm quite clear. I'm quite clear headed. I'm the one that's like giving people advice. um, so when I connect with my womb, I like to just close my eyes and really like feel connected to that energy center, because the womb is an energy center. And you can talk to your womb. Like I talk to her and I get messages. Like you will get your prayers answered when you speak to your womb. And this book, if you really, really want to go more into it, this book is like healing energy. Like you will cry. It goes into Egyptian, Asian chemists, I should say, actually. It tells you like different crystals to use. You can do like yoni steam. So guys, that's actually something that I do. And I actually one's pending, to be honest. I need to do another one. But yoni steams are so good for blocking that womb space. Okay, so if you're not getting messages, if you feel like, okay, girl, I'm not getting any messages, it's because your womb space might be blocked. So you need to release. You need to release. That's why I say journaling, 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 because journaling is another form of releasing. Guys, make sure you have two different journals if you can, a separate one for manifesting and releasing, basically clarity. And then I like to just imagine myself as the womb space. At first, I was like, "What is this? Like this? What is da da da?" da?" But it's like that's where like you were once, you were once there. It's very powerful, the powerful source. And do you know what? When you start connecting with your womb, sometimes you get scared of your power. Like sometimes you will get scared of the power that you hold. And if you have like some childhood issues, trauma, you can heal that through the womb. Because guys, everything gets stored in there. Even heartbreak, like from ex boyfriends and things, like sometimes you need to do cleansing rituals to like cleanse their energy from your space. More than your period, your period, yes, it cleanses, but it's also spiritual energy. When you're on your period as well, you can get people to kind of like do what you want. So you have more of a commanding energy, like when you're on your period. That's why men are like intimidated when they're on their period. They know. They know. Yeah. Aaliyah. Might be weird, but I mixed it with tuna, double protein, and yes, some for you. I mean, I like tuna. I like tuna. And thank you. Meditation changed my life. Chandra, my fellow Gemini, thank you. Thank you for showing them. Okay, for anyone else that's like thinking about meditation that hasn't tried it yet, that's your confirmation. Try meditation. It changed my life. Remember, guys, when I told you that I started from 2 minutes and then up to 20? Now I can do 30. And sometimes, if I want to, I can do 14 minutes. And I'm so proud of myself. Like, whoa, I'm so proud of myself. I literally could not do 2 minutes. Like, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait for this 2 minutes to be over. And now I'm like, la, 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 la. And then when my alarm goes off, I'm like, oh, I didn't even know. I forgot. I was in a trance. I'm just more aligned. You see more. You just see more than you couldn't see before. When you're faced with situations, you're so proud of how you handle it, how you overcome it. The downloads are more divine and more stronger. You and especially if you're someone that you're struggling with self-esteem, you're struggling with knowing where to go, you're struggling with purpose, try meditation. Try meditation. I kind of look at my womb as a second brain now. That's how I look at it. So you have to look at your womb as like a second source of information, like a second computer. Ooh, yes. Yeah. Mhm. So how are we guys doing? How did we find that information? And I just know after this live, I'm going to be journaling and writing. I like to write anyways. Like that's what I do. I'm an author, so I like to write. But I just have so many ideas like in my mind. And it's good to get it out. Crystals as well. You can use crystals. You can use things like black obsidian. You can put that like a yoni egg. You can put that up your yoni. There's no shame about it. Put it up your yoni, and black obsidian is going to suck all that energy out. So if you feel like you're not getting downloads and you need real stuff, put a black obsidian yoni egg in there, and it's going to do the cleansing. If you need some nurturing, some self-confidence, some love, put a love rose quartz, a rose quartz yoni egg in there. And it's just gonna raise your vibration. You're gonna attract more love, you're gonna feel more magnetic. There's different ones you can get. Some people put amethyst in there for intuition. Each to their own. Like they smooth it out, of course. We need an astrology live soon. Guys, I can do that tomorrow for you. I can do that tomorrow. That can be the next live. Because right now I'm on that um I'm in the season where I'm going with the flow, even though yes, I still have my plans. I have my plans, but I want to keep a bit like I want to just go with the flow because before I used to, plan beforehand and I'll be stressed and I'm like, oh, anxious, and I'm like, oh no, they probably don't want to hear that. So I'm just like, let me just go with the flow. So like I literally just thought about this today. Today. That's why like I barely have anything planned, just straight from the dome, just like, let me just write this out. Let me just write this out. So I can do astrology and that's easy for me. Astrology is easy for me. I can talk about astrology all day. But please, guys, don't be offended if I say anything like any shadow sides, because nobody negative. Well, everyone has negative and positive sides. Don't get offended if I say negative thing about your sign. We all have negative things about our signs. We have positive things too. I like all the signs. Let me say that. Like I like all the signs. We can all learn something from all the signs. Now, may I allow certain signs around me? that I don't know. How to feel better when in a down mode. Okay, so first of all, you have to realize that emotions are fleeting. It's going to pass just like a cloud. And another thing I would do is examine why you're in this bad mode. Is it someone you're around? Is this something that you could remove from your space or remove from your environment? Is this something that you feel like you're doing to yourself? Because if we ignore it, it might come back again. And you don't want to put yourself through like constant cycle of feeling bad. So once you identify whatever it is that's making you feel bad, I want you to then focus on raising your vibration. And the quickest way you're going to do this is just try and like pour into yourself that day. Treat yourself, girl, buy yourself like flowers. Just say, I love you. Say, I love you. Look yourself in the mirror and be like, I love you. Okay. And that's going to raise your vibration. And that's the quickest way to feel instantly better. Like you need to also, if you guys don't have already, I have a list of my strengths, a list of my weaknesses, just like to remind myself, but I have a list of my strengths. So sometimes I read what like my strengths are or my accomplishments are, so I can remind myself who I am. Who I am. So sometimes you just have to remind yourself who you are. Like sometimes we forget. Okay. And you just have to remind yourself. No problem. Also, if you don't already, like have um have crystals. Try crystals and oils. You guys know I love my rose oil. Put some rose oil next to you. I'm a huge fan of aromatherapy. Big fan of aromatherapy. I'm a sidereal Taurus, a Cancer Venus. So I like aromatherapy. It really works. Mm. Don't drink alcohol as well, because you'll feel worse. Would you allow Aries? I love Aries. I'm a Gemini, of course. Geminis and Aries get along, and I have two Aries friends. I love Aries. I love how they don't take themselves too serious. Like I love them. Aries really they get Geminis too. They're not they're not one-dimensional. Aries are multi-dimensional people. They're so ambitious. What I love about Aries women is they remind me to go. When I'm talking to my Aries friends, it's like, oh damn, I'm too comfortable. I'm too comfortable. And you guys are like always like first to think of something because Aries rules the head, right? In astrology. So the mind. So Aries are very smart. They're always ahead. So it's like they're just we're just behind. Aries are in a whole different world. They be talking fast. They be just ahead of everything. I love it. And you guys are funny too. Aries women are very, very funny. Like the Aries women I have in my life are funny. Top of my head, like Courtney Kardashian, like she's the funniest sister. And she just so happens to be an Aries. Well, people say Chloe's the funniest, but I think it's Courtney. I love lavender. I love lavender too. Lavender is my favorite. Mm, actually, now it's rose, but it was lavender for a really long time. And I love the relaxing, calming effects that it has. There was a time, guys, I used to put lavender oil every time I had the spray, I would put it on my pillow before I went to bed, and it was actually giving me really vivid dreams too. So try that if you want to enhance your dreams, guys. Try using lavender before going to bed. Maybe it's because it makes you in a deep sleep in a relaxing state. Maybe enhances the sleep. Aries moon. I have a friend that's a Cancer, and she's an Aries moon. My mom's an Aries moon. Guys, I attract Aries in my life. But funny enough, I don't have Aries placements except for my Jupiter. That's like in my 10th house. So I'm like, go, go, go when it comes to like my public career. My Venus in Taurus, so me too. Your Venus in Taurus. So you're very sensual. You're very sensual. Like if you want a partner, you want someone that brings in stability. You like the finer things, but like doesn't mean have to be your materialistic, but you just appreciate the finer things. Like I'm a sidereal Taurus. But I wouldn't say I'm materialistic, but I like, to look cute and presentable, um, earthy. Like I would say earthy is like spiritual. I think the Taurus people are very, very spiritual. It may take you a while to like someone, but when you like someone, like you're locked in. Taurus are loyal too. But we can put ourselves first, okay? I love all shades of purple. And I love purple too. And guys, purple is the color of royalty. Purple is the color of royalty. If you see purple in your dreams, it's a very, very good thing. If you see purple in your visualizations, it's a really, really good thing. It symbolizes one of the highest peaks of consciousness, purple. Maybe that's why it's so calming. I mean, the crown chakra is represented by purple, right? It makes you relax. Guys, herbs, all these herbs and plants, they have properties and they work. I'm really getting more into it myself. Um, well, Yeah, I've been learning about it for a while, but I never took it serious. Like I just never took it serious, but it really does work. Like these herbs, and they're there for us. Like Mother Earth, like is we're all one. Like it's we're all connected. It was Central Lady, Taurus the receiver. Yes. Yes, that's definitely my energy. But also, like with Taurus as well, you bring people comfort. Yes, I was looking into that. I'm spiritual. I was looking into why I love purple so much. Wow. Yes, purple, that means you have really, really good intuition. You have high intuition. It's giving me like priestess energy. You've been here before. Mhm. Have you guys tried manifesting with your womb? And if so, how did that turn out? I just love how magical we are. And it's nothing to be scared of. It's nothing scary. It's nothing demonic. It's you. It's yourself. Like we are magical beings. When people lie, I can tell. Mm, Aries are really good with that too. Yeah, your frequency is so high, so you can tell when people are lying. The higher your frequency goes, the more you can spot out people that are lying. Can you how to manifest with your room? Okay, so you can use when you're ovulating, you can manifest with your womb. You can use that to help manifesting. You can manifest when it's a full moon as well. And what I like to do, people have their own different ways. Okay, so I'm going to tell you one of the ways I like to do is I like to close my eyes. So it's kind of like a manifestation. I like to just close my eyes and place my hand on like my womb area and set intentions and really just call it out. And before I do this, I do my scripting, and there's power in scripting. So I do my scripting, and then I do that as well. So then I set my intention, close my eyes, and you have to really believe it and visualize it and say what you want. And then after you do this, what you're going to do is I drink water. So you drink water, the water is going into your womb space, and just imagine it creating what it is that you want. You don't have to drink the water after. That's just a special touch that I do, simply because when a baby is inside the womb of a mother, he's in a sack of fluid, the amniotic fluid. Water holds consciousness. So me setting those intentions onto my womb space and I'm drinking that water, it's gonna be very powerful. But you don't have to do it. But if you want to enhance it, like this guys, there's loads of techniques. There's so many techniques. Also, like just I want you guys to start like calling out, like just start talking to your womb like it's normal. Like what should I do? Like ask questions. How do you manifest with your womb? Oh, I just answered it. You need first of all, you need to sync with your womb. You need to be in touch with your womb as well. So none of these things really they're going to work, but um you may not notice it because you're not in tune with your body. So you have to be in tune with your body, that's for one. And then you have to be in sync with the moon cycle as well to help with your manifestations. So for example, when it's waning, try use that time to for introspecting. Try use that time for planning, reflecting. So why not take a step back, okay, on what you're manifesting and see, is this really what I want? What can I do different? Am I seeing the signs coming my way? When the moon is waxing, now that's when you want to set the intentions. Another thing, during the new moon, what I see in my life is I see a lot of things that I manifested or set intentions on the full moon, during the full moon, come back on the new moon, or when it's just waning. That's when I see it. And then when it comes my way, that's when I'm like reflecting and I'm doing the introspecting. Simply journaling as well when it's a full moon. Simply journaling. Also, awareness is key. Awareness is key. You need to have a relationship with your womb. And by having a relationship with your womb, that simply just means talking to your womb, meditating, and you're going to get the messages. Like, I know you're probably like, wait, what? But you just have to, you have to not be weirded out by yourself, and then you have to just connect. You have to be at peace. Um, I'm not sure if there's guided meditations on YouTube. I just do it myself, really. I do it myself. Maybe if you need the guided meditations, I know they can help. Um, and then you could do that. Another thing you could do is like go into the darkness. That is manifesting with your womb. Okay, that's something that I do. I go into the darkness. Law two, embrace your dark side. How do you journal? What do you journal about? Okay, I journal about everything. I journal about, like, first of all, we all know the three goals for us here as gems is our goals, our energy, and our mindset. So most of my journalings are about my goals, about what I'm planning, what I want to see come into fruition. My energy. I check up on myself. How am I doing? How am I like what's the energy? Who was I around? How do I feel? My mindset. My mindset, like, am I okay? Um, I do different techniques as well to help with my mindset as well. Because your mind is key. If you don't have your mind, then you don't have anything. All law of mentalism. First law of the universe. I journal about my life. I journal about my emotions. I journal about what I want. I try and stay away from journaling about what I don't want. That's what I will say. But journaling is very, very personal to you. But mainly here we focus on like personal development. So that's what I would journal about. All my manifestations, what I'm manifesting. Huh? You have to learn how to listen. What happened? My Venus, North Node, Mercury, Sun, and Virgo. Okay. Journaling is so important. You get to see your flaws and triggers after a while. Yes, so that's the beauty though in journaling, because you don't see it at first. You don't see it at first, and then boom, it hits you, and you're like, whoa, I'm this new person. I think differently. My messages are just more divine. I feel more divine. I'm more connected to source. I'm more abundant. I'm more prosperous. Yeah, and you just see the power. Like, there's just so much power in scripting. And also, you don't want to be walking around and be lack self-awareness. Like, guys, how many people have we seen walking around, they lack self-awareness and they're just so miserable to be around? And they're the cause of their own problems and they never see it because they don't even stop and introspect or ask themselves questions. Like, and like I said, we can manipulate things to our favor. Simply, first of all, it's from mental, but we can do it too from writing. You have to believe it, and then you have to write it, and then you can manipulate it into your favor. Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I was like, what she saying? Okay, true. Darkness is powerful. Guys, I'll be honest with you. Like, that's something that I've been doing for a while now. Turning all the lights off. going into the darkness. If you have to go into your closet to get the real darkness. Like dark matter, dark energy. It carries energy, and we were born in darkness. Creation is from the darkness. I like to think of even when you grow plants, food, like if you plant a potato, it's in the darkness and then it sprouts up. Everything starts from the darkness. So it's like, who taught us that the darkness is evil? Before light, there was darkness. I listen to the messages to be in tune. Yes. You listen to messages to be in tune. Sometimes you even hear messages about other people. If you're in a relationship, I know some women, they can get messages about their husband, their partner. Yes, I started scripting a few years ago, game changer. Hey Shia. Yes, it's a game changer. The way it rewires the brain. Me too. I don't know why. Sometimes I make my room dark. If you make your room dark, I just feel like that means you're just connected to divine source. You're connected to divine source. And also, you lack fear. And that's always a good thing. That's a really good thing. Like you have like dark feminine energy. Because with me, I have like that dark feminine energy, that divine energy. I know that dark feminine energy has been like thrown around a lot. Dark feminine is just divine. That's what it is. So I would always be in the darkness. I'm that type of kid. My mom would be like, "Open the blinds." Like, why is it so dark? I felt comfortable. I felt comfortable, Mom. Sorry. In darkness, there is no distractions. Like you feel more focused, right? When you're in the darkness, I feel way more focused, especially guys when you light a candle and you just have that ambiance there. Mm, it's everything. Yes. Okay, so when you close your blinds, do you try meditating? Do you meditate? Because I feel like that would be a game changer for you if you already feel comfortable. I did a quantum jumping meditation the other day in the dark by Brian Scott, and it was amazing, especially the fire breaths. I was like, my body was vibrating after those fire breaths. And then it was like one nostril, and then you had to like breathe by like one nostril, because it was just activating my pineal gland. I put a link to it in the Discord as well. It's crazy how when you go inwards, you see more on the outside. I listen to a lot of calming sounds too. Is it just me that I can't listen to music much anymore? Of course, that's like when I go to the gym, I listen to music here and there, but not as much. Like now when I go to the gym, I listen to like a podcast or an audiobook during the day. If I'm cooking, it's a podcast, high frequency music, sounds of like waves or piano playing lofi music. But before, old me, like music used to be boom, 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 like all the time when I'm cooking, music, music, music. And now that I've raised my vibration, it's not that I find it annoying. I'm not like, you turn it off. I just don't feel connected to it. I don't feel aligned to it. Yes, if I need music, I will manifest through music. I've been really loving manifesting using Ariana Grande, just like magic and Seven Rings. I've been using that a lot to manifest. She has a line like middle finger to my tongue when I snap it, and wake up on my bed. Wake up on my bed. I decide I want a good day. Think it in my head. It turns out how it should be. 5 o'clock, I got a team meeting and a meditation about 12:30. And then she just goes in and about like meditating and then like put her finger, writing it and sends it to the heavens, sending it to the ethers, sending it to the divine. And then like, and just shows you like they're literally saying it out loud, like how writing sends it into the divine, sends it into the ethers, and then you get your manifestations coming quickly. The lyrics are also trash. Yes, they are. Guys, what is going on? What is going on with music now? Like, no one has made a good track. And I saw a TikTok today, and someone was saying, like, they're not even trying, like, use some instruments. Where are the instruments, guys? Everything is beats, too. That's another thing. That's why I find myself listening to 70s, 80s, because the electric guitar, that's still, like, electrifying. But, like, the 70s, 60s, I like that because I like instruments. Yeah, 432 frequency, Shia. I listen to that too. 963? I actually don't. I'm gonna write that down. Thank you. While you sleep. Guys, do you listen to affirmations while you sleep as well? Off to yoga. Earring colors suit you. Oh, bye, CJ. Enjoy yoga. Oh, I wish I got to ask you if while you've been doing your yoga, if you've ever had a Kundalini experience. Um, oh, she sees this, she'll answer. I sleep to feel the frequencies. Guys, a tip before going to bed, say you want to say what you want to see in your dream. I started doing that and it's getting stronger. It's getting stronger. Or like if you want a message, say you want a message. Also, guys, you know when you cry and some people are like, "Oh, when I cry, don't let me cry, like don't make me upset and I cry because you can get bad karma." Certain people cry and harm will come up to you. It's because like water holds consciousness. So when you're crying and you have that passion, that emotion through your tears and it's dropping down on the floor, like that's holding what you're thinking about the person. Like if you're thinking about your ex and you're like, I want him to never move on. I want his hairline to recede. I want him to be broke. And you're crying. That's what you're putting out there, especially as a woman too. You have that power anyways. TB, thank you. You are amazing, divine feminine. Thank you for enlightening us. Oh, thank you, TB. Thank you. Who's excited to learn about numerology? I'm trying to find a way where I can mix it with divine femininity. I mean, that should be easy, like, because numbers are divine, anyways, but into like our routine, if you know what I mean, your daily life, how you can use it to benefit you. If not, you should already be looking at your life path number so it can benefit you in your career and communications. So you just know yourself. I just want you guys to really know yourself. The more you know yourself, the more you love yourself. And that's what we want. Another way to get in tune with your womb energy is ask your parents about your ancestors. Learn about your history because it's all connected within. How cool is that? We are so cool. Jenny Aiko's music is so good. I love her. I love her. She's a Pisces as well. My mom's a Pisces, right? And my mom is spiritual, but she's like religious. Like it's like she wants to be spiritual, but like she's African, and I feel like she's just in too deep. So like she's religious. But I grew up with her kind of like doing things like speaking in water and Pisces are just naturally spiritual. So I think I got a bit of that from her. But with me, I came here to for unfinished business. I feel like that's what my sole purpose. So spirituality is for me. That's what I'll say. I listen to my own recordings of my personal affirmations. Yes, that's really good as well. That's really good. I do that too sometimes. I do that. Yes, girl, 417. And yes, I listen to affirmations as well. Affirmations are so powerful. They rewired the neural pathways of your brain, neuroplasticity. Meditation sound, rain sound. Get the book Kundalini Rising. I have it. It's a great book. Let me write that down. Thank you. I love when you guys give me recommendations. Kundalini Rising, because I've been doing my Kundalini meditations, and guys, let me just tell you something, right? The sacral sexual energy. Like, I'm already celibate. So, like, the ideas, it's just translating into creativity for me. I don't think I've opened it. I don't think I did, but I did do a meditation and I felt heat. I felt heat for like the first time within me, like here, but I didn't feel it like shoot up. But I'm going to read that book. Thank you. I don't cry easily. It took me a lot to cry. What do you mean? I like astrology, but people say if you believe in God, you can't believe in astrology. I don't think so. They haven't read the Bible, because there's astrology in the Bible. The astrology in the Bible, like even the 12 disciples, the 12 zodiac signs, there's code in the Bible. Following the wise star, three wise men following the wise star, the star, the North Star, whatever. It even talks about certain constellations. Um, the scales, the horse on the scales represents Libra, because we know Libra, like in Revelation. Um, yeah, the Bible. I know, because some people are so like, was my charger plugged in? Okay, I don't want it to die. um, but what I'll say is try and research, like look at decodes. Look at decodes. That's what I did, especially when I was learning about astrology. I was like, people say it's demonic, but how come I feel connected and it's true? And I got a lot of healing from it. So then I was looking at the Bible, and then I was like, wait, but it's in the Bible though. And then even with crystals, like Aaron's breastplate, like it's there. It never said it was demonic. Even Mary represents Virgin Mary, Virgo, the Virgin Virgo. Yes, it's in the Bible. Another thing that really helped me is learning symbols and code. I'm still learning decoding, but symbols, a lot of things are in symbols, and it will be in your face, plain sight, and you won't even know. What do you mean though that you don't cry easily? It took you a lot to cry. That used to be me. Um, before I had did my shadow work, I stored a lot in, and I feel like it's because like growing up, people try to police me when I'll say things. It would just cause havoc. Like I'm a true talker, so just like you know what, let me stop talking. And I just internalized everything. I internalized what people would say about me. Mm. Also, back to what people say: if you believe in God, you can't believe in astrology. No, if you believe in God, you can believe in astrology. But maybe what they're trying to say is if you believe in Christianity and if you believe in the Bible, if you believe in the church, then maybe. But God, no. God invented astrology. God invented astrology. Why did they give so much power into like certain people? They don't give God enough power. They don't give God enough power, and then give like this devil, the power. And then they say like God is a mysterious God, he works in mysterious ways. But when I say, the planets can have an effect on you, and you can tell your life from like the transits. They're like, no, no way, that can never happen. I'm like, boy, I thought God is a mysterious God. God works in mysterious ways. Don't question God. The fact that we're here is magical enough. Chandra, can you talk about angel numbers? Do they have a specific meaning? Yes. So angel numbers, guys, are messages. And when you're on your spiritual journey, you're going to start, the first thing you're going to notice on your spiritual journey is seeing numbers, seeing angel numbers. And it's a message, it can be a warning. Um, Honestly, it really, you have to tune in and know what it is. The more you get, the deeper you get into your journey, you're going to realize the patterns. So they're all patterns with me. I see a lot of 333, and it's because I have a personal connection with three. I was born on 3rd um of June. Like my birthday is like on multiples of three, like 369. So I see three a lot. And I'm actually studying this numerology video right now, and it just talks about like how they actually have feminine qualities. So there's certain numbers that are more feminine too. And also, guys, we can see numbers in our dreams. So numbers have different symbols. So that's what I'm studying now. Numbers have different symbols. Like there's a lot to it. So when you're seeing an angel number, yes, it's a message, and it can be your ancestors communicating with you. When you see it, write it down. Another thing that I will say, when you see synchronicities, it's a sign that you're able to manifest. So you're aligning with your current reality. So if you think, oh, I always see 333, I always see 777, and then the universe is like, okay, let me show you 777, that is also telling you that what you're thinking is going to show up in your reality. So use that to manifest, use that to say what you want to show up into your current reality. But I love angel numbers because it always just reminds me that I'm on the right path. That's why I love angel numbers, that I'm on a interesting frequency. I'm in the, I said interesting, I was reading your comments, sorry. That I'm aligned on the same frequency. They can represent you elevating in consciousness. I've been seeing a lot of that. Also, guys, search up what planet represents the number, and then look at the qualities of the planet that represents that number. Because I see three. Three is ruled by Jupiter. I was born on a Jupiter day. And Jupiter rules the guru. Jupiter rules like a teacher, a spiritual person, or religious person. But I would say Saturn's more religious. Depends. I would say Jupiter is more guru, like spiritual. And that's like what I've been doing. And so I've been seeing that a lot, especially like in my consciousness. So when you see numbers too, search the planet, not just like, oh, what does this angel number mean? Because it can be personal. But I realized that when you go deeper, like search the planet, and then you look at the qualities, you can find your answer more. But things like two, I know that means harmony, like the duality. So think of that. Harmony. You have harmony in your life, peace. I always see seven as abundance. I see seven as abundance. Seven is a feminine number to me. Um that's why I always see, like, you see seven in the casinos, like 777. 777, like good luck number. Like it's always a good thing when you see 777, right? Yes, you always see 777. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. I was literally just learning about that. The feminine number represents abundance. 777, 444, 888. 999, that's change. Nine represents endings and death, but not like, not in a scary way, guys. Just death. Like we need death to have renewals, to bring in the new. So think of nine as like a tower moment, like in the tarot card. I know tower moments can be a bit scary at first, but It's like a rocky sea. Eventually, it'll be clear. You'll see the way, and you might just see a nice sunrise. Death and rebirth. Yeah. hmm Is there anything that you guys want me to discuss in the next live? Not for a video, because my next video, I know what I'm posting. I'm talking more about. Did I just smack my self in the face? I'm talking about alchemy. I'm talking about alchemy, and I want to talk about how I used it to enhance my beauty. I was even talking to my friends. I was like, I want to make this video, and I was like, I just wanted to fact check for you guys because I don't want to make the video and I show them like before and after pictures, and they're like, you look the same. And then my friends like, no, you were always pretty, but it's just a different energy, and they can't put their finger on it. They're like, it's like whoa, like it's like whoa, like that's what they were saying, and I'm like, yeah, it's alchemy, it's energy, and it's other things too. It's not just alchemy. Like I did other things, which I'm gonna mention in the video. Okay, which I'm gonna mention in the video. So I have that planned. So for the next live, because I like lives because they're more like chill discussions. I like lives because it's usually what I've been learning this week, and I drop it onto you. What else do we need to know? Because then I need to talk about 2025. 2025 is also a 9 year. I'll just write down something. 2025 is also a 9 year. So, like I said before, you're going to see change. You're going to see a lot of endings. And I feel like in general, like you're going to see a lot of endings. I see 9 as a feminine number too. So I actually see the divine feminine rising. Well, it's already rising, but we're going to see it more. We're going to see it rising even further in 2025. And we love to see that, right? Like, for example, like even the female women's NBA is on the rise. Like, that's just an example of divine feminine era rising. Like, people are interested in seeing women play sports. And they're getting like sponsorships as well. I mean, it's one thing to watch someone, but the brands are actually paying, you know? You're seeing them out there. Like, finally, sprinkle moment. What do you mean? What else should I talk about, guys, or should I end it here? I hate when I don't like plan it properly, but I just felt like let me just get on. Like, let me just go on live. And I like talking to you guys. I really do, as you know. And even if it's not perfect, I'm still trying to go on because I can be a perfectionist, and that is a killer when it comes to content creating because you be perfecting yourself out of some like ideas, out of just communicating with your community. Mm-mm. You guys are quiet tonight. But to be honest, I did come on late. It is late as well, where I am. And depending on where you're watching, I might just come back on tomorrow and do the astrology live and talk about some transits that are about to happen in my mind. I like chill, cool lives. Oh, thank you. My earth sign is like so gassed that you just called my live like a chill, cool live. That's definitely the vibe that I wanted to go for. Sometimes, guys, I do think I'm too chill. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I think I'm too chill. I feel like, oh my god, I'm falling asleep. I'm like, are you falling asleep? Do I need to be more like energetic? But nah, you know what? I'm just being myself because authenticity is the highest vibration. And you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But not gonna lie, I'm on my period, guys. The first day of my period, my brain is scattered. I keep stumbling over my words. LOL, no, you're good. Thank you. hmm. I'm trying to like just think of anything before I hop off. Because when I hop off, I usually don't like to write notes. I like to just something I want to watch after. Sorry. Mm-mm-mm. So, see your womb as a gift. Me too. LOL. You like the chill vibe? Oh wow. Oh, like this the words stumbling over your words. Oh wow. Because I said a lot just there. A perfectionist. I was just waffling. But Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. And when I'm doing that, it's because I'm getting like an idea in my mind. I'm getting like an idea. A download. Yo, me and my friend were laughing at that download word. We were like, why is it so funny? Like, because we're just imagining the download coming in. Because that's really what it is. Like, think of like a transmitter. Like, it goes into space, doop, like a radio, doop, doop, and then like you get it down into your mind. When you're chill, people want to make you believe that it's not normal, not taking into consideration that we're different. Yeah, growing up, people thought that I was slow. Like people thought, and that like I had to do a lot of like releasing work with that because I would hear that all the time because I'm chill, and from family, from friends, I'd be like, yeah, like you're quite like you have like no sense of urgency. Like I would hear that a lot, especially being from like Nigeria. Like they love that fast, 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 and I'm like, I'm a divine woman. I'm a goddess. Like I don't need to go fast. Like I'm very in tune with my energy. Like, I don't know. I don't have that fast paced thing has never been, it's never sat well with me. But it's very normal. It's very normal. We are just closer to the divine source. They're living too much in this fast paced society. So sometimes when you're like very close to the divine, you may think that you're not connected with this world. I am Igbo. What makes you ask that? Oh yeah, because I know I said I was just Nigerian. Are you Igbo as well? Guys, if you are Igbo, then I'm just about to say something. My friend keeps messaging me. Put my phone on silent. I love her now. This lady and her crazy friends. Oh, perfectionist. Mm, I could see where they would say perfectionism can be a trauma response, but I feel like some people just are perfectionists. It's not to do with trauma. It can just be a bad trait that they have. Not everything is trauma. Like sometimes it's just a bad trait, bad habit that you picked up. I'm Igbo according to Ancestry, but you're the first Ninja girl I seen awake in this matrix. Ah, thank you. That's such a compliment because I be in and out. Even she's still here. She is she has spiritual. I was literally telling you how I was having a discussion with my friend about how far do I want to go with this spirituality like talks? Like, do I want to keep it surface level? Like, even me, the talk that I'm doing now, the surface level, I'm like, I have like this programming at the back of my mind, like, oh my God, people are gonna say things, people are gonna, call me this, call me that. I posted an egg cleansing ritual on my TikTok, and they're like, oh, don't post this. You're no, they're like, don't do this. It's witchcraft. I'm just like, an egg cleansing ritual. Anyways, thank you. It's an honor. It's an honor. And that's another reason why I do what I do, because I want to spread the message. And I know people may watch me and may not understand what I'm saying, but hopefully, if they keep watching me, they'll wake up. Hey. And with Igbos as well, like they have their whole spirituality, which is all about just the highest self, being your highest self. Even with the Yorubas as well, like connecting with your Ori, that's all about just being guided by your highest self. Everything links to being guided by your highest self. Following your chi, like that's your highest self. You can be diverse. Hey, Dainty. You can be diverse. I think it's important to be you and authentic. Yeah, and do you know what I've noticed? When I'm not authentic, it doesn't work out. I can't last. I cannot hide who I am. I tried. I really try, but I cannot. I know some people, they may hide themselves and hate it, and that's why they have so much to say about other people and police other people. But with me, I just cannot. I guess I'm just too quirky. Mm. You're not programmed into the culture and matrix of it, which I love that. Do you know, I think I got that from my dad, because even though, don't get me wrong, it's very much still like Christian and stuff like that, but he's not too like um he, yo, I don't want to expose my dad, but he was saying something like on the phone how he's happy he doesn't have their ignorant minds. That's what he said. Like, if you're Nigerian, don't come for my dad. But he said, like, yeah, he's glad that he doesn't have their ignorant mind. My dad is in his 60s. So my dad didn't grow up being ignorant. Like, he's very, very kind guy. Not ignorant at all, very open-minded. So I would feel more comfortable talking to him than my mom about these sort of things. But at the end of the day, I have to be surface level because they're so Christian. They're so like very, very religious Christians. Um, yeah, cool dad. He's very, very cool. So cool. Um, like I can talk about, yeah, thing, like, even I was searching my last name because I was doing like my womb work, and I was like, I want to know what my last name means. And I was searching already by myself because, me, I'm a curious person. And then obviously I'm not gonna say my last name, but it's like to do with the water. And then I was just like, okay, that explains why I love water. Even though like I have cancer placements, I was like, I love water. I love like just putting my toe in water. I always get messages when I'm around water. I love the beach. I love being around the beach. And then I was like asking like, what does it mean? And then he was like, yeah, it means like water. And then even like I had a grandfather and he was a sailor, so just a lot of water, symbology. Uh, and he like traveled around the world. So learn your history. Learn your history. But that's as far as I can really get. Like, if I tread more, they're gonna be asking me questions, and I don't have time for that. But also, I actually be getting messages anyways when I work doing my womb meditation. So because it's a portal and it's from like the past, present, future, you can like get some answers by just meditating on your womb. I don't even need to go to them anymore. I just be meditating on my womb and I get my answers on my ancestry. But yeah, I am not programmed into the culture. Maybe that's why I don't have many African friends. And also they just judge me. Like, God, you already know the story about the snake ring. Girl, they just judge. It's just very judgmental. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Thank you. I can't wait to get my AdSense back. I had to update something with my name. Like, oh my gosh, I forgot to put the correct details, so I have to apply for it. Well, I already applied for it, but they're just like doing some situation on my account. But it's grand. And also, what I will say is, I love when I always think of an idea. I'm like, oh, but also, um, with the authenticity thing, spirituality is a big part of me. So it's like I have to just talk about it because I'm not gonna be my authentic self to you guys, and I want to be my authentic self to you guys. I want to be myself online. Like, what's the point? There's only so much someone can hide and wear a mask of. And you know me, I struggle to hide myself, and it's a big part of who I am, as you guys will come to see more. I'm not the type of person that will like lie and say I follow this religion, but in secret I'm doing spells. I'm not doing that. Dainty, yeah. Did you see that girl who came about her monster husband? I bet there were many people waiting to see her downfall. Yes. No, because even there's a hint of that in the videos that people are making, and I don't like that. I don't like that people are making this about Shiro 7. What, that has nothing to do with Shiro 7. That video, I could not even finish watching that video. My heart goes out to her and to her beautiful, beautiful daughters. Like, what? Like, that situation is just so crazy to me. Like, it's so crazy to me. Yeah, so the way people are reacting, I don't like that because instead of them to have more like like sympathy and like their condolences for like what happened to her, they're saying, okay, this is why you shouldn't listen to all these influencers. This is why you shouldn't listen to these hypergamy coaches. This can happen to anyone. It doesn't have to be a hypergamy coach, but they're projecting abuse. Sexual abuse happens whether you have money or whether you don't have money, whether you watch YouTube, whether you don't watch YouTube, whether you listen to a coach, whether you don't listen to a coach. So I bet you there was a lot of people waiting for her downfall. And it's sad. I couldn't even finish watching the video. People enjoy seeing bad things happen to pretty desirable women. Yes. Yes. TikTok is like it's video after video, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like how many more videos? And I know what people are gonna say, oh, then she probably shouldn't have made a video about it. She doesn't want people to talk bad about it. Maybe her making the video about it was her way of, feeling healing. You don't know what this can do to someone. This can cause someone to take themselves out. Like, maybe that's her way of feeling heard. People lack empathy. And they lack seeing from outside of their perspective. Which is basically that kind of empathy, right? I think it's a Gemini thing. I'm June 6th. 3 days after me. I feel like at least 60% of Geminis are awake and hard to program. I agree with this. I agree with this. So I'm big into patterns, right? So that's why I love astrology, because I just like patterns. And I've just been noticing that Geminis are not programmed. And hear me this. This is why, if you notice, this is why they kill a lot of, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word on YouTube, but they unalive a lot of Geminis, celebrities, because we see what other people don't see. And because we're curious, we will learn it. If there's something we don't understand, or we think that this person is faulty, oh, bet you we will learn it. Think about Left Eye. Think about how she learned about like Dr. Sabian. She learned about all the fruit and the veg and all that healing stuff before everyone else. Think about Lauryn Hill. Think about how she's ahead. Think about Tupac. Think about how he's ahead. Like, even Ice Cube. Think about the things he be putting in his movies. Like, where we see what people don't see, and it's hard. It's really hard to be a Gemini sometimes. I think I had my first existential crisis when I was like 10 years old. I was already having, even before that, like, of like, what is this world? This is a lie. What's going on? Even Marilyn Monroe, like, I watched some things about Marilyn Monroe, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen that American Horror Story episode, and they basically like showed the truth in plain sight. So there's a lot of theories, conspiracy theories that Marilyn Monroe got killed because John F. Kennedy kind of showed her some things, and she was awake, she saw what others didn't see. So they kind of showed that in that episode as well, and I believe that. I believe that. Team Gemini, yeah. And I feel like a lot of people get jealous of Geminis simply because of that. Oh, how can I even forget Kanye? How can I forget Kanye, guys? That's like number one. Number one. Iggy Azalea. Not Iggy Azalea, sorry. I always get them mixed up. But she's a Gemini too. Um, what's her name? Azalea Banks. Azalea Banks. You can't program her. She's awake. I know she may be a bit crazy with the chickens and stuff, but she's always ahead. Like she always like sees what is ahead of the curve. She would predict things. She's like a prophet. Geminis are kind of like prophets, so another person that you can't is awake. Prince. Prince. And when you start seeing these things, you cannot deny. There's only so much you can deny that, oh, astrology is fake, it's not real. It's because you don't know. When you start learning it and you've seen the patterns, and then when you learn the Gemini pattern, and then you'll see like Aquarius, and then it goes to the moons, and then everything, and you see how everything is a pattern. Johnny Depp, yes. Guys, let me tell you how astrology is real. Yesterday, I saw a TikTok. Let me see if I can find the video. I don't know if I liked it. She said, oh, name me the male equivalent of like someone that has sex appeal, but they're intimidating, like intimidating sex appeal energy. Because she said Angelina Jolie. And she's like, what's the male equivalent? And then people in the comments were like, Johnny Depp, which is another Gemini, Prince, which is another Gemini, Cillian Murphy, which is another Gemini. Like, you can't make this up. And they don't. Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell. Oh, yeah, they said that off-putting. We have an off-putting energy. Like, it's like we're sexy, but off-putting. Like Angelina Jolie and Naomi. Like, it's like, yeah, like, and I feel like no wonder people are intimidated by me. Like, that makes sense. So, yeah, I love patterns. So, I love astrology because it just shows you so much. I love Angelina. I love her. And this is how Geminis are so misunderstood, because I feel like looking at Angelina, you would think like, if you're in your shadow self, low self, she's a bitch, she's this, she's that, she's very, very beautiful. But yes, she's arrogant, yeah, because we can't be arrogant, right? It shows us arrogant because we're just very confident in ourselves, and we learn a lot. When you learn, you're confident. Anyway, so she also does like a lot of humanitarian work. Like, even though like we're arrogant, we still love people. Like, we love to learn, we love to help people, and like she does that like a lot. And even with Kanye, like, even though we can be this, we can be that, Tupac, at the end of the day, we do this to inform people. Geminis in the media risk their lives, be risking their lives just to tell people what they be doing in the industry. But I feel like it's a mercurial thing, because even I noticed Virgos do it too. But the only thing is, Virgos are just more mature with how they deliver the information. But they be exposing. Michael Jackson was exposing. Cat Williams is a Virgo, and he be exposing. Dave Chappelle is a Virgo, and he be exposing. So I just noticed these things, but the thing with Virgos, it's like they do it in a smart way. I would say, even Kobe Bryant, like, he was very, because my video when I was researching him, he would expose his teammates. He would be like, no, they do this, they do that, blah, blah, blah. And even in real life, Virgos are very much like, they will call shit out. They will call shit out. Virgos don't like Geminis. They don't. They don't. I have a sister that's a Virgo, and I just know sometimes she'd be like, I'm annoying. Like, but Virgos don't like anyone though. Should we take it personal? Virgos don't like anyone. They're very picky. They're always mad. They're always grumpy. My dad was even like, if my sister's watching this, my dad's like, oh my god, your sister is always grumpy. And I'm like, only if he knew astrology, like, she's just a Virgo. She's probably stressed like her day didn't go well, or like her project didn't finish on time. And she's like the epitome of a Virgo. She's even like a scientist, no, pharmacist. Like even down to the jobs people do. Um, Aquariuses love healthcare, tech, especially you're going to see a lot of Aquarius men in tech. So many Aquarius men in tech or healthcare, or they may have their own business. Yes, we're so sweet. Okay, I don't care to be understood, and people hate that. Yes, that's what it is with Gemini. It's like we don't care when we reach that point of like not caring to be misunderstood. I think it's because we went a long time in our life of being misunderstood, of being the quirky one, of being the odd one out. So now I don't care. Understand me if you want to understand me. Because sometimes I had this friend and she was like, I just be saying stuff. And I think that's a Gemini thing. Like we just be saying stuff. And then she was like, I'll say things and she won't get it until later on. And I feel like it's a Gemini thing. Like we just be saying things and it's like, if you want to get it, you can get it. Or when you catch it later on, or when you raise your consciousness, then you'll get it. Vex Virgos like to instruct, delegate, and Geminis don't like to be delegated. Yeah, I don't like to be that delegated. Mm-mm. I don't like to be instructed. Nope. Also, I don't really like to play by the rules. Like I feel like with Virgos, they like to play by the rules a lot. They like to play by the rules. I'm more like play by my intuition, play by my knowing. Always in survival mode. I'm sorry. Like I just have to say, present moment. Virgo Virgo is slow moving, calculated, cautious, and always in survival mode. Like they really be in survival mode, and sometimes I just want to give them a chill pill. Like it's so bad that you'll still see someone that's not in survival mode, like a Gemini just being freely, and they'll get irritated. Like yes, they played by the rules, and I can't stand that. I can't stand that either. And they can get upset when they see other people don't play by the rules. That's why sometimes Virgos can get jealous. Like they can be jealous and be haters. I don't, guys, have you been around some Virgos? They be hating. It's not a stereotype. Hey, Virgos. They like to rule people. They do. They do. They do. That's why they do. They do good in politics. That's why. That's why there's pros and cons to astrology because you can use this and be like, okay, I've heard people say I like to rule people. What can I do? Politics. So why not go into politics? Go into communications, sales. Actually, would they be good for sales? The Virgo be good for sales. I don't think I think they're too robotic for sales. Healthcare. Healthcare. I hate ruling people. I don't like telling people what to do. Like even with my lives as well. Even though I say these things, I do it in a very chit chatty way. Virgo man. Virgo men tried to take my Gemini light. No shade, but it's real. Virgo man. Girl, what were you thinking? Yeah, they do. And be careful because they use people for entertainment. Because sometimes they can struggle with that. Guys, have you know something about Virgos? Virgos know how to party. Virgos know how to party because they be so stiff and anal in their day to day that they don't know when to go home. Like it's always a Virgo that's on the last floor, like on the that's on the dance floor, that's of last to leave the club. And you'll be surprised because when they're not like drunk or when they're not going out, they're very strict. They're very strict. And you're like, whoa, I did not know you had this party animal in you. I did not know you like to go out. They're fun. Like they're fun. I had a Virgo moon friend. She liked to go out. They like to go out. Virgos, what I like about Virgos, they like the finer things in life. A Virgo likes the finer things in life. If you want to travel, would I actually travel with a Virgo? I don't know if I travel with a Virgo now. But if you want a Virgo to organize your holiday, they're going to make a chef's kiss. Or if you have a Virgo that's not like controlling while you're on holidays, they'll be able to like pick the best places to go to. They're not going to say no Banjaxed Hotel. They're like quality. They give me regal energy. Yes, they like certain things like Beyonce. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys. I think I might go off. I think I'm gonna go off. Should I? Okay, do you have any more questions before I go? Okay, there's one more question. It's like they're fun and they can be lovely, but only on the outside. When it comes to getting serious and inside, they're picky and slow. Yeah, they're very picky and they're very judgmental. And I know it's because they judge themselves, but I don't think it's fair that other people should have that. Like, and I'm saying this because a lot of Virgos don't realize they act like this. They don't realize, especially if they're not into astrology. And a lot of Virgos are not into astrology. They don't want to give it time of day. I'd be sending my sister astrology things and she'd be ignoring it, but she'd be replying to everything else. Because they play by the book. They're not, a lot of them, like, if they're too strict. A lot of them, they can't like think from outside of the box. They're too in their perspective. So astrology can be like, whoa, to them. But yeah, they can be judgmental. But what I will say though, a cool Virgo, like when you meet a cool Virgo, they are funny. First of all, it's mercurial energy, anyways. Virgos are the funniest people, and they just be slick with it. But it's rude funny. They're always rude funny though. It'd be rude funny. But sometimes rude funny is it's funny. It's so funny though. I think Geminis and Virgos is just funny how like just the same planet but opposites. Older sibling, younger sibling. It's like wait. Kiki Palmer says she doesn't like Gemini. She's a Virgo. I saw that. I saw that. Girl, please. Like, we don't like you. We don't like Virgos. Do you know, actually, Geminis just don't like, we don't care. It's people that don't like us. We just be minding our business, honestly. Like, I can't say, like, okay, no, there's one sign that I do hate. There's one sign, hate is a strong word. I take that back. I tried not to hate this sign, but I kept running across issues with them. And I'm someone where I don't like to say, oh, I avoid this person, I avoid this person because they're star sign. I promise you, I never want to be that person. But there's this particular sign. I think it has to do with our charts, definitely. Um, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've experienced 6 people with this sign, and they've showed their ass. They did me wrong. They were jealous. They were vindictive. They were just slimy. They were snakes. They crashed out. Like, they shouted at me. They want to fight me. Scorpios. Scorpios. What's going on, Scorpios? Scorpios, what's good? And I noticed, don't take this personal. I noticed Scorpios, it's like they see something in a Gemini, and it's like I feel a lot of people want to be free, like Geminis. And I feel like because we're very similar. Gemini and Scorpios are very, very similar. So it's like when I'm friends with them, it's like a house on fire. And there's a pattern here. The Scorpio is coming to me. The Scorpio is coming to me. And then I feel like the jealousy starts. They start getting jealous. Look, it's actually just a major trait. Everyone knows that Scorpios they can experience jealousy. Everyone knows that. So don't come for me. So, but I didn't know this. So I think Scorpios, they like to be close to the people that they're jealous of. Like, they love that energy, that challenge energy. I didn't know this. I didn't know this. So Scorpios would get around me and put themselves in a challenging predicament because maybe they're coming to me to learn. They're coming to me to be like, but like, what is this? Like, why? Okay, so I have this friend. I have this girl, and I felt like she was just intrigued by me because she saw my beauty. Excuse me. She saw my beauty, but then it's just like, I could be serious, I can be like smart and stuff, but then I can be like silly and I can be like quirky and I could just be everything, really. Like, I can be everything. And I feel like she didn't want to accept it. She didn't want to accept it. And she would always say like shady things about me. When I'll be dancing like on my private story, I'll be like dancing like like silly dancing. 'Cause I like to dance to release like energy and stuff. It's raise to good to raise your vibration too. She was like, "Oh, you have energy, like, don't you?" Like things like that. But it's like I know you're in awe. I know you like, I know you wish to be that free. I know that's why you came around me because you're like, is she putting this on or is this for you? So, and then one day she crashed out at me. One day she crashed out and she exposed herself. She said something to me, which is such a Scorpio thing to say. So we had an argument. She accused me of something that wasn't even true. Like it was such a petty argument, anyways. Like girls are so petty. And she thought I was being mean to her. She thought I was being petty to her because she was projecting. And anyways, basically in the argument, I was very calm because I like to be calm. I don't like to do all of that back and forth, back and forth. And she goes to me, "Oh, you think you're so calm, but you're not." And I was just like, "Oh, okay. Where did that come from?" And then that same day she crashed out and she actually like she wanted to fight a friend and she wanted to fight me, not that girl. You crashed out. And also on that same day, there was this person and they said something to her because she had bad energy. She had bad energy. So the person wanted her to get out of their apartment. So he said something like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe you should leave." And then she just like flipped. And I tried to talk to her and be like, "Calm down. Like, I think it's just because of your energy, and it is his apartment, so maybe you shouldn't be like flipping." And then she just like she wasn't hearing me. So clearly she's been eyeing me all this time in our friendship, and she's been seeing how cool and collected I am and how I handle situations. And it took this situation for her to show herself because we got into an argument that she's saying, "Wow, I'm crashing out. We're having an argument." And Sapphire is still being normal. Like she's still being a good friend to me. She's not shouting at me. She's trying to understand where I'm coming from. She's mellow. I was really trying to at the time I did see her as a friend. I don't like arguing with my friends. I'm always trying to make the situation better. I stopped doing this now. This used to be a thing where I used to go back and forth and argue with people because I'm that type of friend where like I don't want to see you upset and I want to help. I want you to do better. So she saw like, wow, she really cares. Like this girl really cares. Like, and she's not getting involved in my antics. So then she obviously said that because she can't do that. She can't control her emotions or manage them. Really, it's just about managing it. Such a Scorpio thing to say. And it's like it's okay to be sensitive. We're all sensitive in our own ways. But I just noticed that Scorpios do tend to do that a lot, especially with Geminis, because I think we're so similar, but yet Geminis truly don't care. And Scorpios want to care. Like Scorpios will tell you, "I'm mysterious." Like they will tell you, "I'm a Scorpio. I don't care." The difference is Gemini doesn't have to tell you we don't care. We just act it. And then that's when they're like, "Whoa, whoa." And especially because we can be so playful and childish and blah, blah, blah. So when we don't care, people are like, "Whoa," like Geminis can really be cold because we can be playful, but then we can really shut it off. Fun fact. I just noticed that. I just noticed that. I just noticed that. I feel like they really want to not care and they try a lot. There was even this one situation, right? I get situations where girls would be petty with me with astrology. So I was like, "I love wearing black. Oh, she was like, "Oh, she loves wearing black." Da, 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 da. And I was like, "Yeah, I love wearing black too. As a Capricorn moon, I like wearing black. Black is like the Capricorn color, Saturn." And then she was like, "Oh, why do you have to make everything about Capricorns? I was literally talking about Scorpio." And then in my mind, I'm thinking, well, actually, Scorpio's color would be more red because it's Mars energy. So technically, I'm more correct. Though it's still, I would say black and red, but technically Mars energy is more red. So technically, I'm more correct. But since you felt like I was trying to be funny with you because you're projecting, I'll give you that. So she was trying to argue with me over astrology. Like she was going back and forth, like trying to be like, she thought I was trying to be petty towards her. And I was like, "Oh my God, no." Like, I was just trying to say, like, that's my moon color too. And then also the mysteriousness about it. That's something I noticed too. And guys, I'm only saying this passionately because I've experienced a lot of Scorpios in my life. So the mysteriousness, they want to be mysterious. That is their aim. That is their aim. Guys, I'm not trying to be rude, but have you ever seen a Scorpio in real life? They will tell you their life history. They will tell you their life history. Oh my goodness, they are like an open book. And she would say this thing to me. She would say, I only tell people what I want them to know, which is like, okay, so does everyone else. So does everyone. But I knew everything about this girl, like everything. And I'm like, did she say that to try and manipulate me for me to open up to? But it didn't work. And I think because it didn't work, because they'd be manipulative. But Geminis are ahead, but people don't think that. People don't know that we spot things. So she would tell me everything. And it's another thing I know with the Scorpios too. Like they can be open, which is not a bad thing. They're sidereal Libras. You know, they like to socialize, so they be opening up, and that's not bad. But I noticed that when it comes to Geminis, it's like they don't like that we're mysterious, or it's like they get a bit competitive that we're mysterious, and it's especially like we don't have to be cold. I don't have to be cold with you to be mysterious. I can be normal with you. We can chop it up, and then you'll see me do this, and I would never even tell you, or you'll see me be like, because my friend that says this, I don't know if she's watching this. She probably watch this back. I don't realize I do it. She'd be like, girl, you're so mysterious. Like, what else do you have in your mind? Like, what is in that hat of yours? Like, you just pull things out. I'll be telling her, yeah, I just was like, just reading about the Kabbalah, or yeah, yeah, just doing this. And then she was like, what else? Like, what else? Like, okay. Every time I see a post talking about jealousy and zodiac signs, it always says Scorpios are the most jealous. They are. And if you study Vedic astrology as well, it goes into like how sidereal Libras, most of them are sidereal Libras, and they do suffer from jealousy. And it's to the point they will, like I said, they will go close to the person that they're jealous of. And they copy a lot. Like they copy a lot. Scorpios are very emotional. They're a water sign. I always think of Drake when I think of like Scorpio. I would think of Drake. Scorpio men are like, oh my gosh, the Antichrist. Yes, they talk a lot. They start opening and going on and on and on and on. Yes, like this girl will go on and on and on and on about herself. I'm like, whoa, like what? She was like, show me like her whole life history. It's crazy. Overcompensating. Overcompensating. Dainty, are you on the Discord? Discord. I still need to post more on it. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the live. Oh, MJ, you sent me a video? Let me see. I love when you guys send me videos, by the way. I love it. Trying this viral headache hack. Ah, so no wonder when I had that migraine, the tension during the full moon, and I put my head under the shower, it released the tension. Yeah, water is magical, guys. Utilize it. You can use water for anything. Yes, Discord. I made a Discord group for just the community of women that I'm building. I'm basically like, I'm gonna put tips there. I put video links. I put some memes. What I call it memes, like spiritual quotes memes. I put like the moon cycle. I put the meditation, the quantum jumping meditation link. Because guys, we are quantum jumping in 2025. But we can't quantum jump unless we're grounded and we do the work. Okay, do you have Instagram? I can send it to you actually on TikTok. I'll send it to you on TikTok. Also, guys, feel free to add what you want to add in the Discord. Of course, just be respectful. And there are rules that I posted. The rules are like avoid trauma dumping. So my space is for transformation. That's what I want. I don't want us to be stuck in a victim mindset. We are heroes of our life. We are goddesses. We are goddesses. We're not victims. Okay, DM me and I'll send you the link after. So that's why I posted just there before I hopped on live. Okay, I got it there. Invite member. So if you see anything, share it within the group. We're all here to learn. Okay, done. The gemstones. Gemstones, because we are always refining ourselves. We are refining our life, our goals, energy, mindset. Okay, guys, it was a lovely live. I'm gonna get off now because I'm itching to go back on that numerology video that I was watching and get started for the live tomorrow, because of course I need energy for live tomorrow. Am I gonna post a YouTube video tomorrow? I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna post a YouTube video tomorrow. I'm still playing out the video for my transmutation video. Yeah, on my transmutation video, because I want to just give you guys the full detail, especially when it comes to alchemy. I don't want to be telling you guys the wrong thing. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. If you want to join the Discord group, make sure to DM me on my Instagram, Sapphire Love X. Everything is going to be linked down below. Make sure to grab my book as well, and you can get a 15% off, Sapphire 15, How to Be a Bitch, 50 Laws for Mastering Power for Women. Then we link down below, 50 laws to help you navigate power dynamics, complexities of life, build unshakable confidence, and navigate envious people. Okay, so ending thoughts, just reflect, introspect, journal, meditate, affirm, and stay high. Keep your vibration high. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching this whole live. I really appreciate you guys. Okay, I'm gonna go. Take care.